Welcome to the Newmarket Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for Monday, March 20th, 2017. And the first item of business is pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item of business is the review and approval of the minutes of the January 23rd, 2017 meeting. Any changes, comments to the minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Thank you, Mr. Daigle. Drago seconds it. Any further discussion? Those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you. Next item of business is the election of officers. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we keep the same slate of officers we have now.
Yeah. Bob, you reapplied.
Yes, I did.
What Bob meant to say is he's thrilled to serve.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard. Is there a second for the motion that's on the floor? Which is to approve the current slate of officers. Meaning myself as chair and Lee Rose as vice chair.
Anybody else want my position? Bob? Okay, I'm afraid to ask.
If you're interested,
I don't care.
But I like Chris's idea a while back of rotating the chairmanship.
Yeah.
Bringing the members to the part of the reason why we just seems like we can still rotate the chairmanship. But let's vote on this.
Yeah, I personally think it's important for, especially folks who have been on the board for a while, to develop the ability to chair meetings, because I'm going to drop dead perhaps in the next few minutes. So I think it's good to, the best way to learn how to be the chair is to be the chair. And kind of fumble through it. It wasn't always as refined and as sophisticated as I am now. There is a motion on the floor, though, for me to remain as chair and Lee to remain as vice chair, and I haven't had a second.
I would like to say.
Oh, change the second. Any further discussion? Any further nominations? No further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Vote.
That being said, I really like the idea of exploring rotating chairmanship of the meetings.
Yes, to have a meeting, have a chair, pro temp.
Pro temp, yes.
Yes.
If that's permissible under our rules, I don't have an objection. I think it's a great way to learn how to do this stuff. I've chaired plenty of committees over the years, and done a very mediocre job.
Plus, if you get to rotate, that doesn't mean they have your responsibility as the chair, you just get to act as it.
Right. The primary responsibility of the chair is to run the meeting. So, that's all. Which is, for this group, is very, very easy because we're all pretty civilized. A couple of exceptions. I don't want to name names. So let's move on to our regular business item, which is the application of Eric and Kathy Harder, H-A-R-T-E-R. This is a public hearing for an application for a special exception from section 32-234 of the Newmarket Municipal Code to permit the conversion of the existing garage into a one-bedroom accessory apartment. The property is located at 5 Sanborn Avenue tax map U2, lot 351 in the R2 zone. And so folks at home can understand this, the statute for accessory apartments was amended in the last year, and within the last month, Newmarket has amended its ordinance to comply with the new statute. It doesn't, on initial inspection, it doesn't appear like it's going to have a big impact on it, or any impact on this particular application, but people should be aware of this change to our ordinance. It's an important ordinance to give many accessory apartment applications. So I just want to raise awareness of that issue. Ms. Harder, what we typically do is come on up, give you an opportunity to speak. We've read your papers. Hopefully everybody has had a chance to go by the property and take a look at it, so we have a sense of what it is. But this is your opportunity to tell us why you believe you're entitled to the special exception.
Okay.
And then he'll let you do your thing. I'll open the floor for public comment, close it, and then if we have questions for you, we'll ask.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want me to go through all the points? I think we fit all the criteria.
I think that's a good idea for you. And then if you want to add things that are not in your written material, you're free to do that. The floor is yours.
Well, we'd like to put an apartment into our existing garage. It's as you read, it's a all connected unit. It doesn't change the footprint or the layout of the existing structure. It changes some. It'll actually look better because we're redoing all the siding and staying with all wood siding like we do, and door and some windows. We're keeping since it's, I don't know if people did drive by, but we're right on the street, and so the garage doors, we're keeping the whole layout recessed in to make it still appear like it's a garage, and we'll have a door and then a small, garage type windows that will open up from the inside. So I know Diane showed me changes, and the thing that would affect this request would be keeping it aesthetically consistent, and I think that maintains. It's just we're adding windows. I honestly think it would look nicer. It's a one bedroom. It meets the criteria for square footage. It's only 650 square feet. So yeah, this the second. Do you want me to read each one?
You don't have to read to us.
Just the apartment has one bedroom.
Yep.
It's the main dwelling unit is owner occupied by myself and my husband. There are currently two for parking. There's 2 spaces available, and the landscaping is that it's kind of like down below the house and tucked in behind, so it's not like it's not on the street parking, it's off the street, but my husband and I will have to park one behind each other, and if the tenant has 2 cars, there's 2 people, they would have to one behind each other rather than side by side. Otherwise, we'd have to drive. I mean, we could do it, but it would kind of make our backyard kind of ugly, But this way it's tucked in. I don't know if anyone drove by and saw.
That's where your cars were parked today? That area lower, yeah.
The lower, yeah, it's like a gravel kind of thing. And I know someone had requested a kind of like a bird's eye view of what it would look like, and I sent that. I don't know if you all got that. So.
When did you send that?
Let's see. This is what it looks like. This is my crude drawing of. So here's the street, and this would kind of be how they park. This might be a little bit back farther, that way.
That's north of East.
Yeah, so this would be heading to Durham. This is Main Street, and then heading downtown, and this is Sanborn House Street.
Okay.
And then so the driveway, there's a couple of big trees. This is where the apartment would be.
Yeah.
And so the cars would be, 1 and 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Like so, and that's just winter.
Okay. Well, do you need to go?
No, I'll be right back. I'm just going to silence this.
Just hang on.
Yeah.
Bob is in our emergency services.
Yeah.
He's a firefighter, so he's just checking to see what that call is.
I hope it's not my house.
I'm just going to pass this around. So
Oh, yeah.
Did you get that already?
Steve?
Sue sent it out to people.
Oh, yeah.
I know that parking is an issue because you don't want it to look ugly or.
Did you see that?
I got it.
You guys see this? I didn't. I don't remember seeing that. It's okay.
Sue sent it out, I just downloaded it a couple weeks ago, it was attached. There were 2 or 3 attachments. One was a single attachment.
It's just kind of how it, instead of it, and it fits. It fits with the landscape of it. And there's no house that's like right, that we're like trying to squeeze in next to or anything like that. It's kind of tucked away.
And you're not within the setback of the yards?
No, we didn't.
The parking is or is not? Oh, it can be within the setback.
It can't be within 50 feet of an adjacent dwelling.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah. Let's see, so I mentioned the exterior changes, that it will be taking up our current garage and that attic space above. And it's just that, you know, we'll keep it recessed, the garage doors will actually be gone, but it will look like garage doors. There'll be a door, and I think I have more windows than are actually gonna be there, now that we're, you know, doing structural stuff and figuring out where the stairs go and all of that. So there'll just be less windows in the, I think everyone got these like before and after
Yes.
little things that I did. So it's pretty much the same, but like there'll just be like 1 window next to the door and 3 windows here. It's not much changing, and there'll probably be 1 less window on the back on that side. And this window's gonna be gone because the stairs will be there.
Is it going up a little bit, or
Which part?
over the garage, and you're building it up a little bit?
No, it's staying just the same
Just the
here.
same, okay.
Yeah, so this is, you know, actually the floor is about here.
Yeah,
And so you've got like a 2-foot knee wall and then it angles, so we can fit everything in there.
Hang on just a second.
Yeah.
You have to. So Mr. Daigle has to go because he's getting a call from emergency services. And, sorry guys. So, Steve, you guys are making this hard for me because you're pointing at, you both trying to be nice guys and point at each other. So I'm just going to appoint Mr. Shelton to sit in place of Mr. Daigle, who has to leave, to sit on this application. Executive decision.
Respond now, respond.
Be careful. Sorry.
No. Serious.
Anything further you want to add?
No, just, I mean, we'll tie in our own, you know, current water and sewer and,
And I understand that, what I understand what you're saying is that the drawings are representative, you haven't worked out the final details.
correct, there might be little, I mean, just
That's
as
fine.
far as how much we can fit and what size and that was,
That's all stuff you're gonna take up with the code enforcement officer anyway, in the long run, we just building permits and whatever else.
yes, we started just doing construction and structural stuff because it needs to be done no matter whether it was approved or denied. So George Medor is our, I don't know if anyone knows him, but man, he's awesome. He's very meticulous. So he's doing all the structural stuff, making sure everything, it's over 100-year-old barn, our house, so.
Okay, are there any questions? Well, before are you all set?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna open the floor for public comment. Seeing no public comment, I'm going to close public comment, and the floor is now open for questions and deliberation by the board. Which usually means Mr. Shelton.
What's that?
Nothing.
I don't have any problems with their application. In fact, it looks fine to me. Yeah. It must have been your grandmother's house.
Yeah, Evelyn LaValle.
I well.
What? You knew her?
She was.
Yeah, yeah, she was, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what, sometimes I wonder what she would think if she, I tried to keep it, you know, the old rustic look.
I don't have any questions.
Well, I'll ask one question.
Sure.
Water, sewer, you bringing it internally, or you going back out to the street?
We will, we're on town sewer and water, and so we're just gonna connect it to our existing,
Okay.
yeah, it'll all
I'm just
be,
curious.
yep, it'll all go back that way. Yeah, because our water line to try to get another, it's crazy, the distance, it's like all the way down by the neighbor's house, and I'm like, what? We already had to dig the road up once because the sewer went kaputs. So, I like to say we own that little section, it's like the one non, you know, frost heaving part, sand run out.
It goes without saying that the code enforcement officer, you're gonna get a building permit, he's gonna have to give you a CO, and whatever process you have with that is out of our jurisdiction, really up to him. Unless he makes a decision that you don't like, and then you come back here.
Yeah.
So I'll entertain a motion to adopt the submission by the applicant as the findings of the board and approve the application for a special exception as presented.
Go ahead.
Statements of fact. The applicant has stated that the accessory apartment will have approximately 650 square feet of living space where the minimum is 300 feet and the maximum is 1,000 feet. The accessory apartment will have one bedroom where a maximum of 2 are allowed. One of the dwelling units will be owner occupied. The space is available and adequate for 4 parking spaces. There will be no exterior changes which will significantly alter the appearance of the structure from the street. Town water and sewer service is at the site, and the granting of the special exception would be consistent with section 3251B, which states that to prevent this chapter from being unduly burdensome on a single family of non-conforming residential use, such single-family houses shall be permitted to be expanded and accessory structures added or expanded. As this accessory apartment shall be contained entirely within the detached single-family residence with the door between the principal residence and the accessory dwelling, however,
There's no door that connects them.
okay, you can have a door and it's not required
Yeah, I was told I got into
to be
before that,
locked. And that's what one of the state law provisions.
but we don't have to have one, right?
No.
Okay.
We can't require you to have a door that's locked to separate you from it.
Okay.
Under the new state law.
The new state law, I thought it was saying that we had to have a door that goes in and out.
Not for purposes of zoning, there might be some fire regulations that may
Yeah.
require that.
To be
But I
clear,
believe
we're
that-
talking about what's in the jurisdiction of the ZBA.
Right. And I was just
The
gonna say.
fire code, the life safety code, that's different.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
talking
all
to
the
code
windows will
enforcement
be
officer.
egress, blah, 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 yeah, that's all, okay.
I was just going to say, and that'll be at the discretion of the code enforcement officer. Upgrades to the front of the accessory unit and additional windows as shown in the rendering submitted will allow more sunlight, health, and welfare to the occupants, and these changes will not significantly change the exterior of the structure. The applicant has met the test for a special exception and is consistent with section 3251 subparagraph B. I guess the motion is in order to grant the special exception from section 32234 of the municipal code of Newmarket by the applicant to permit the conversion of the existing garage into a one-bedroom accessory apartment. The property is located at 5 Sanborn Ave, tax map 2, lot 351, R2 zone.
And that's Mr. Shelton's motion that Diane just read. Those are your proposed findings.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you very much. And
Nice,
any,
nice to meet you.
All decisions are subject to any appeals within 30 days. So there's an appeal period that we want to wait for you to start construction.
Yes.
After that is
I won't put
expired.
the flooring in yet. It might be just a rec room.
Otherwise, it would be at your risk. But, so if you can file your application for building permit with this department.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Okay, good luck with your project.
any further new or old business to come before the board at this time?
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
When people come to us looking for a variance, is there any, is that the first step of them doing their construction? Or, I want to ask this because one of the people that we gave a variance to a couple of months ago, I was talking to the woman the other day, and she said that they went to the bank and couldn't get financing for everything that they had proposed.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it would have been kind of nice if you came to us after you knew if you could afford it. Because if now they're gonna have to redo it, they're gonna have to come back to us if their plans are not what they, so like,
It's a major deviation from what the zoning board approved.
Yeah.
That they would have to come back and the board would have to revisit the application and assure that the criteria has been met.
I mean, is that always the order of operation, that they come to us, get it, and then go to the bank to get the,
Yeah.
okay. So I was thinking too, he hasn't done anything with that, the old schoolhouse, the firehouse on the corner either.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious if it's generally that people would go here and they go to the bank, or go to the bank and then,
The bank is gonna wanna see that they have good security. So they're gonna wanna see that the changes that are being proposed are
illegal.
are legal, so they have good title.
Right.
They don't wanna buy themselves into a lawsuit.
Right, yeah, I just wasn't curious, I wasn't sure. if,
That's in principle now, because I've met a lot. Banks, let's just say that banks do unusual things from time to time.
Yeah,
But in principle, that's what you should do.
yeah.
You expect the bank to make sure that all those boxes are ticked.
And so if they do have to change what they had proposed, they'll have to come back.
It depends on how significant the change is and a lot of other things. We've never had this happen. We've had people get approved, we've had many board approvals, where people just don't go forward for whatever reason, and then eventually it lapses unless they make enough progress with their rights. So it depends on a lot of things.
Okay, how long does it take to do 12 months then? Oh, 2 years?
There, well,
Depends.
if it is, this board can put a stipulation with a time frame as a condition of approval.
A reasonable
And,
time.
but with a planning board approval, they have like 12 months or 24
Yeah.
months to complete it, and that's part of the developer's agreement. But this board hasn't followed that type of.
Because typically what we're dealing with is small scale stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You can put up a shed, you're gonna have an apartment. Generally, the folks are ready to go when they come to us, they just wanna know.
Yeah, I was just
Because
curious.
they've already applied for the building permit.
Yeah.
They can't do what they want to do.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
there's the, they have to pay a fee.
I've never had anybody not able to do what they want to do and come back. Since I've been on board.
Planning.
Planning board is different. It's a subdivision. Financing. Depends on a lot of, the short answer is it depends on a lot.
Yeah.
But I think the variance will lapse. Well, no, it runs through the land, doesn't it? Once it's approved.
Typically, it runs with the land, but under this new state law that was passed, the town can, as part of the zoning, can stipulate, that it's good for 3 years, or it's good until it's changed, so the new owner has come in. And that's something new. And we haven't done that, but we can do that. And I can get copies of that law if everyone would like to see.
We've got to think about circumstances under which we
I was just curious, I was thinking if they sold it now to someone saying, you know, we already got it approved to do this and that.
Yeah. Like the folks down Creighton Street, they want to tear down that building and build a new one, basically. And you might say, well, you've got 2 years or 3 years to get that done, because the ordinances might change in the meantime. You
Yeah.
want to take another look at it. You don't want to make it, you know, three months, I don't think. You can make it a few years. I don't know.
Yeah, but if they got a variance at this point,
And they didn't act on it for a number of years.
they didn't do anything.
They didn't do
Right,
anything.
So technically, it wouldn't be vested.
Okay.
Technically, it might not be vested, and then you might think, after 2 or 3 years, you really need to come back and take a look at the new ordinances. Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's pretty rare. I mean, how many complete tear downs and rebuilds have we had on that?
So how do the ordinances change then?
Depends on what's the urgent issue of the day.
It's really like life safety code,
Okay.
that kind of stuff gets revised.
And when the state RSA gets revised, we have to bring our ordinances to compliance. And right now, the Economic Development Committee has recommended some zoning changes, so the planning board's working on crafting some language that will be considered for that.
I'd be more worried about the fire safety,
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's really critical, so.
Yeah, I do want to mention that we've had discussions in the past about when grandfathering lapses.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so the town council just approved some new language where after 24 months, if a use has been abandoned and nothing is going on with the use whatsoever, then any grandfathering right to lapse or would expire. And we ran into that with a project on South Main Street that.
The use had left for 20
Yeah,
years.
25 or 30 years, and there's an apartment in the basement that on cellular for 25 years ago hasn't been used
Hasn't been
since then.
used in
So,
25 years.
and this board was going around and around, you know, what's an appropriate time frame? Is it a year, is it 24 months? And so we finally got that change made for you, Mr.
It's just
Chairman.
helpful.
It's
To
to
have
help
a
the
rule.
board, right. This makes it easier.
Well, the public knows.
So the public knows
The public
going
knows.
forward. with
If
their
you wait for 2
application.
years, you're gonna have to get a variance if you want to restore that use.
You have to go through
If you want to restore a non-conforming use.
Right.
So. And anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? You have to go home, you can't stay here.
Yeah.